Okay. Okay, hello, dear students. Very good evening. And as you remember, we finished the last chapter regarding morphology. And we said that instead of, well, let's say, studying whole sentences, okay, we start bits of words within words. Okay, so you'll cut words into the inner components. Okay, so in this lecture, inshallah, we'll try to study how to join those words together so that they would be sentences or acceptable sentences in the language. So how, for example, the sentence as shown. Okay, my husband recently ran for public office. Okay, in this chapter, okay, we'll try to study how or the mechanism of joining those words together within sentences. Yes, it is studying this is studying grammar. Okay, I'll start with a very simple question. What is a grammar? What's grammar? Okay, actually, we'll give a very short and very simple definition for the word grammar. Yes, it is okay. Simply, it is rules. Simply, grammar is rules. Rules of how to combine words together within the language so that okay we could make appropriate sentences or acceptable sentences, or in the study of grammar. Okay, no problem. In the study of grammar, they say it a well-formed sentences. Well-formed sentences. Okay. As you can see here, we have this extract. We have this extract taken from Lakoff. Yes, this is a well-known linguist. Lakoff. Okay, you see in this extract, the whole idea of this extract is the difference among people regarding, for example, how to start the sentence. For example, me here is it is an object pronoun. It's not a pronoun. Okay, it is an object pronoun. Okay, so usually we see this pronoun at the middle of sentences rather than at the beginning of sentences. So when someone, okay, he's the whole story is how a person heard this sentence in okay a local radio. So he was astonished how to start the sentence with me. When they went to the station or local radio station, and okay, asked them how to start with this pronoun. They said, okay, there's no problem to start with either I or me. They are both acceptable in the language. So actually he was astonished how to start. And then when they asked an expert in the language, he said okay, there's no problem to start the sentence with either e or me. But actually, we studied in the grammar that we should start with I, the more acceptable one, rather than me. So I is more acceptable than me. But in language, okay, they use it both. Both. Okay. So yes. So in the last chapters or in the previous chapters, for example, as you can see here, the lucky boys. Actually, this is a phonetic transcription. Phonetic transcriptions. We studied this. We studied this in the previous chapters. Yes. So here, for example, it is a voiced fricative, voiceless stop, and this is a diphthong. Okay, so this is okay. This is the sound of sentences, and then okay, the lucky boys. Okay, the same. This is the lucky boys phonetically transcribed, and this okay, the same phrase, the lucky boys. Okay, this is okay, actually a morphological description. This is a morphological description. So the is a functional free morpheme, functional free morpheme. Luck, this is actually uh, yes, an adjective. Lucky. So luck, when a derivational morpheme added to the lexical morpheme, will get lucky. But luck as alone, it is a lexical free morpheme. Boy, also a lexical free morpheme. And we have this inflectional S actually for the plural, to identify the plural. So S is an inflectional bound morpheme. So we studied this in the last chapters. But how to combine those words? I mean, the lucky boys, how they are combined into the language, why they are acceptable in the language, and why at the same time, why the phrases boys the lucky or lucky boys the, why are they are not acceptable in the language, why they are not acceptable in the language. Actually, this is something related to the study of grammar. This is something related to the study of grammar. So within the grammar, we will study, okay, we will study why the language accepts this sentence as a well-formed sentence, and why these two phrases. You can see this is small asterisk, the small star, they call it asterisk in the grammatical description. Okay, asterisk. Okay, this is small star. Okay, so to tell the reader that these are not acceptable, or this form of language is not acceptable. Okay, there's a problem with the grammar of these phrases or this sentence. Okay, so within a grammar, we'll study why the language accepts this sentence, the lucky boys, okay, as acceptable or well-formed, and why the language does not accept boys the lucky or lucky boys. Okay, so what's grammar here? We have a definition. We have a definition of grammar. Sorry. We have a definition of grammar. So what's grammar? Actually, here we have a very simple definition of grammar, and it's composed of two main parts. Parts. Okay, so if you have got your text box, please underline this. This is the definition of grammar. Okay, so it's here the process of describing the structure of phrases and sentences. Okay, so describing the structure of phrases and sentences in such a way that we account for all the grammatical sequences in a language. This is one. The other one, and rule out, rejecting, not accepting. Okay, rule out means rejecting, and rule out all the ungrammatical sequences in one way. Okay, this is the okay, it stops here, the definition. So grammar is the process. Okay, to define grammar, it is the process, again, the process of describing the structure of phrases and sentences in such a way that we account, okay, we account for all grammatical sequences in the language. This is one. Okay, so to identify which form in the language is accepted or grammatically accepted, usually yes, sequences, so words after words, and then rule out and rejecting all ungrammatical sequences. Okay, so the this is the how to define. This is how to define grammar in the study of language or linguistics. Okay, what's written here is, okay, the same thing that we have just discussed. Why boys the lucky or lucky boys there are not acceptable? Okay, this is the study. This is related to the study of grammar within the language. Okay. Okay, traditional grammar. Okay, within the grammatical structures or the description, the grammatical description of sentences. Okay, you will see such words: article, adjective, noun, verb, adverb, pronoun, preposition. You'll see those actually items, and actually these or those items, okay, are taken from Latin and Greek. These, okay, as written here, okay, originated or taken originally from Latin and Greek. Latin and Greek. Why? Yes, the most languages, okay, including Arabic, okay, are affected by other languages. So when they try to make advances in the language, so they borrow such items or such descriptions from other languages. So in the case of English, okay, it is heavily, we could say this, and it's correct. It's heavily affected by Latin and Greek. So all those descriptions, as okay, the coming descriptions, okay, these are taken from Latin and Greek. Taken from Latin and Greek. Okay, I'll stop here for just a while. Um, can you just confirm through the chat, please? Through the chat, please. Just confirm you cannot. So okay, just confirm through the chat, please. I'll okay let you or give you a chance to ask by the end of the lecture. But now just confirm that you can hear clearly. Okay, that you can hear me clearly, please. Okay, for those who cannot see the presentation, okay, I think you have got a problem with the setting. Okay, you have got a problem with the setting, okay, but the presentation is there. Just confirm the other students, okay, just confirm you can see the presentation, please. Just confirm the voice and the presentation, please. Okay, okay. Okay, I'll just give you an advice. Please try to ask the members of your family, okay, especially within lectures, okay, to stop using YouTube and the other yes applications that use much the power of internet. Just ask them yes in yes a more decent way. Would you please just okay not use the YouTube or the other applications that use the much of the power of the internet just in the time of the lecture, so that you could use the you could maybe join the lecture and okay or hear the whole lecture without any problems. Okay, so most of you say that they can see the presentation uh, and the sound. Okay, we'll go back to the lecture, and okay, as I've said, okay, the don't worry, okay, the whole lecture is registered, and inshallah I'll post it once I finish it. Okay, okay. So so English is heavily affected by Latin and Greek, especially in the description of, or sorry, in the grammatical description of sentences. Okay, heavily affected by Latin and Greek. And actually, here the writer said it's not something astonishing. Why? Because Latin and Greek were the languages of scholarship, religion, philosophy, and knowledge. So yes, even Arabic. Okay, some Arab scholars, okay, have taken from Latin and Greek. They have actually something related to the wisdom, okay, taken from Latin and Greek. Okay, it was the language of scholarship, religion, philosophy, and knowledge. So it's not something astonishing that okay, languages such as Latin and Greek affect the other languages, including English language. Okay, so these descriptions, such as adjectives, nouns, verbs, preposition, are all taken from Latin and Greek. Okay, we have got here. Okay, I'll speak slowly so that you can catch my voice. Okay, we have got here this sentence. Okay, this sentence. The lucky boys found a backpack in the park and they opened it carefully. The lucky boys found a backpack in the park and they open it carefully. Okay. So using a grammatical description of part of a speech, okay, in this way. Okay, we will use it in this way. The, it is an article. Lucky, it is an adjective. Boys, the noun. Found is a verb. Article, a. Backpack is a noun. An, a preposition. The, an article. Park, a noun. And is a conjunction. They is a pronoun. Opened is a verb. It is a pronoun. Carefully is an adverb. So these are okay, grammatical descriptions of sentences. Okay, and we have here okay, well, let's say definitions of those items. Definitions of those items. For example, nouns are words used to refer to people, such as boys, and also it is used to refer to objects, such as backpack. Creatures. So, okay, there are words refer to those items. Creatures, such as a dog. Places, school. Qualities, roughness. Phenomena, earthquake. And abstract ideas, such as love, as if they were all things. So all these are things. So nouns refers to things. Nouns are words used to refer to things. And these are all things. All of these are things. Okay? Objects, creatures, places, qualities, phenomena, and also abstract ideas. All these are things. So nouns are words refer to things. Okay. Articles. What are articles? Words. Yes, we have a, an, and the. What are these words? Used with nouns to form a noun phrases classifying those things. Classifying those things. We know those, okay, okay, are called in grammatical description definite or indefinite. This is actually the definite. There is the definite articles, and those are the indefinite articles. So when the thing is definite, we use the, and when it is indefinite, we use a or an. Okay, and we use an when the when we start the noun with actually okay, for example, apple. I couldn't say a apple. I would say an apple because of this. Okay, so what is the difference here? An apple and the apple. Here it is indefinite, but here it is definite. It is definite. Okay. Verbs. Please, if you have got I think these are not very difficult things to discuss. But if you have got anything to ask, please write down on a piece of paper, and I'll let you ask by the end of the lecture, inshallah. Okay. Okay, adjectives. What are adjectives? Words used typically with nouns to provide more information about the same things referred. Okay, so words typically used with nouns. When I say the tall boy, or the big stone, or the large items, or large ships, or huge ships, or yes, we have a limited number of adjectives in the language. So we use those words, I mean adjectives, to provide more information about things referred. For example, when I know people, but to add more information, I see happy people. Okay, so it makes specify, and also yes, adjectives. Yes, they modify. Actually, in some grammatical books, they would say modifiers. Okay, they would say adjectives are modifier. They give a specific description for nouns, specific descriptions for nouns. So large objects. Okay, so objects, it's not definite, but if I add large objects, I give more description to the word objects. Okay. Verbs. Okay, so what are verbs? Words used to refer to various kinds of actions. Go and talk, and states, be and have, involving people and things in events. Okay, and here we have got an example. So they are words used to refer to various kinds of action. So I refer when I have an action, and I want to describe this action, I use verbs. And yes, we have many types of verbs. We have main verbs, we have auxiliary verbs, we have modals, and we have also a classification of main auxiliary verbs. We have three groups. We have verb to do, verb to be, verb to do, verb to have. These are the main auxiliary verbs, and we have also main verbs. For example, here is an auxiliary, has it is a main verb, sore throat, and she cannot talk. Ago, yes, also these are main verbs. Okay, adverbs. Okay, what are adverbs? Words used typically with verbs. Words used typically with verbs to provide more information about actions, states, and events. Okay, so they provide information regarding those things, actions, states, and events. Okay, like we have here slowly and yesterday. Slowly when I say he came slowly, or the car is moving slowly. Okay, so this is a description for the verb. Okay, it adds more information to the verb. And also yesterday here, for example, he came yesterday. So here, actions, states, and events. Some adverbs, really and very, are also used with adjectives to modify information about things. Really large, or this is also another thing, to add for the how could we use adverbs. Some adverbs, yes, are used with adjectives to modify information about things. Really large objects, so it is used with adjectives. Okay, large, move slowly. I had a very strange experience yesterday. So they add, okay, they modify, okay, modify adjectives. Okay, prepositions. Preposition. What are prepositions? Yes, words at, and, on, near, with, without, okay, used with nouns and phrases providing information about. Yes, we have prepositions of time. For example, I would say at 5 o'clock in the morning. Anything? Okay, okay, just okay. By the end, inshallah, of the lecture, I'll let you ask things, inshallah, questions. So yes, words. Actually, in the English language, we have around 72 prepositions. You know how large this number? How large this number? 72 prepositions. It's a large number of prepositions used with nouns and phrases. Yes, it provides information about time, for example, at 5 o'clock or in the morning, or place, okay, on the table, near the window. And actually we have some, okay, we can say all prepositions. All prepositions can be used both to refer to time and the place. All prepositions. And other connections, yes, with an I, without, involving actions and things. Okay, involve actions and things. Pronouns. Yes, we know what are pronouns. For example, I, he, she, it, we, you, they. And these are pronouns. We have, for example, here possessive pronouns. Okay, myself, herself, themselves. Okay, they and it are pronouns. Okay, we have object pronouns, and we know what are pronouns. Words used in place of nouns, so they are used to replace words used to replace, yes, pronouns. Words used to replace nouns. Words used to replace nouns. So used in place of noun phrases, typically referring to people and things already known. Okay, so first you have to mention what's meant by she, or the speaker and the listener, okay, should have a joint communication, they can identify what's meant by she. Okay, so both the speaker and the listener, or the writer and the reader, should know, okay, should agree what's meant by the pronoun here before mentioning the pronoun here. So there's a mention before, for example, she there. Okay, they have to specify what's meant by she, and then they should write it down here or speak it. Okay, so there should be a joint communication. Okay, or what they call it, the context sometimes of situation. Okay, both the speaker and the listener should agree on what's meant by those pronouns. Okay, conjunctions. Okay, they are connecting words. They are connections, conjunctions, or connecting words. Okay, they are words used to join or connect words, like and, but, because. Oh, yeah, yes, join sentences or phrases. And, but, because, when. Yes, they are used to make connections and indicate relationships between events. So they can also indicate relationships between events. For example, Chantal's husband was so sweet, and he helped her a lot because she couldn't do much when she was pregnant. So here we have and here joined, okay, this sentence, and also here, okay, this is cause and effect, okay, because she couldn't do much when, also this is a connection here, this is also a connection here. Okay, so we, instead of cutting those sentences, okay, we join them because they are related in events or actions. Okay, they have related events. Okay, we join them using conjunctions. Okay, yes, I think we don't have a problem with these. Okay, when you sometimes when you go to other books, okay, you will find you may find different description or different definitions for those words. So when you go back and check some other books of grammar, okay, you may find different definitions. So okay, but all in all, they are within the same description. They are trying to describe the same thing from different points of view, but the description is the same. Okay, describe the same things, the main ideas, but using different points of view. Okay, so here, what's written here, don't worry if you see something different in other books. Okay. Okay, so here the writer says you may find different definition or different description of those parts of speech in other books, but they are the same. Okay. Yes. Agreement. I'll give you a short introduction about agreement, and inshallah, maybe in the next lecture, we'll try to focus more about this this item or this term. Okay, what's meant by agreement? Okay, yes, you have got number, person, tense, voice, and gender. What's meant by agreement here? Okay, I'll give you just a general idea, and then inshallah in the next lecture we'll try to discuss it more, maybe in depth, inshallah in the next lecture. I'll just give you, and yes, I know you know this, but just to remind you. For example, when I say I am a student, I couldn't say I is a student, or I are a student. Why? This is called agreement. When I say he loves birds, he loves birds. I couldn't say just love without that small s linked to the main verb. This is also agreement. But I can say they love birds. Yes, it is acceptable. Okay, they love, but I couldn't say they loves birds. So this is actually what's meant by agreement. Okay, this is one thing. For example, when I say his mother and her mother, to refer to the singular, okay, I would say his parents, but I couldn't say they parents. Why? This is agreement. This is agreement. Okay, so here we have an agreement. This is a one-way. Okay, so I can connect words within the sentence in a certain way, okay, and it is acceptable, and it is not acceptable if I make some changes that, okay, that they are opposite to the agreement of or the main idea of the sentence. So yes, agreement here is something very important. We have to know what is agreement. Okay, I'll give you maybe another example. And when I say a handsome boy, and I would say a beautiful girl. Okay, why it is, okay, not acceptable to say a beautiful boy. It's not acceptable in English to say a beautiful boy, okay, but I have to say a handsome boy. And okay, though handsome and beautiful are with the same meaning. They have got the same meaning, but someone is used with the feminine and the other is used with the masculine. Okay, and we have things related to plural forms and singular forms. As you know, the system of number in English, we have singular and a plural. Yes, it's different from the Arabic. We have in Arabic singular, dual, and the plural. Okay, so even here in singular and plural, I have to choose the appropriate pronoun so that the sentence will be acceptable in the English language. Okay, I'll stop here, and inshallah in the next lecture, inshallah, we'll go through this section. And we will continue the discussion of this chapter. Okay, I'll stop registration here. Oh, sorry, yes, registering the, I'll stop registering the lecture, and I'll open the discussion, okay, for your questions. Inshallah, we'll try to answer them. Okay, we'll stop registering the lecture. Okay.